Barely 3 years ago, on October of 2018, a horrific incident occurred in Pittsburgh. A gunman opened fire at a Jewish synagogue, claiming the lives of 11 innocent people. According to law enforcement officers, the shooter hurled anti-Semitic rants and insults during the shooting. And while receiving medical help, he told a SWAT officer that he wanted all Jews to die. Sadly, this was not the first time that a worshiping community has become the target for the deranged to express their anger. This and similar incidents demonstrate the power of hate, which only equals the level of cowardice. It's from that same hate, cowardice, and fear that gave rise to the inhumane and hostile treatment by the Nazis toward the Jews and non-Jews deemed useless in society. Namely, they targeted Polish women, gypsies, gays, and those with mental or physical disabilities. We've all come to know this deep-rooted hatred as anti-Semitism. And what better word to signal that an act is profoundly wrong than the word sin? The sin of anti-Semitism has been firmly fixed in Europe for centuries. It was not a new idea that Adolf Hitler invented. However, when Hitler rose to power, he made German nationalism, racial purity, and global expansion his platform. Even the swastika, that was once a very positive image of well-being and good fortune, had become a symbol of fear, suppression, and extermination. Today, we celebrate the feast of Saint Teresa Benedicta of the Cross, better known to many as Edith Stein. August 9th marks the date that this philosopher and martyr, together with her sister, by the way, whose name was Rosa, also a convert to Christianity, they were both sent to their death by Nazis at Auschwitz concentration camp in Poland. Edith was born a Jew in Germany on the Day of Atonement, which is Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar. After being so inspired by reading the life of Saint Teresa of Avila, Edith converted to Catholicism and later joined the Carmelites. For her safety, though, she was moved to another convent outside Germany, namely Echt Carmel in Holland. But when the Dutch bishops in occupied Holland spoke out against the persecution of the Jews, the Nazis retaliated, and Teresa's relatives' safety in that secluded convent did not last. She was arrested by the Nazis and sent to Auschwitz, where she and her sister died in a gas chamber. Like Teresa Benedicta, we must not succumb to the fear of hate, but remember how weak it really is. And while we certainly must pray for the souls of those who died as a result of hate, we must also pray for our enemies, that they will eventually repent and come to know the mercy and love of God. For they too were created in the image and likeness of God. And to hate them as they hate the Jews, or other ethnicities and race for that matter, would be only to perpetuate human misery in which we find ourselves mired once again. Today, as racism and anti-Semitism continue to rise, we can save humanity by exposing the evil of the perpetrators and by disturbing the consciences of otherwise good people who tolerate them.
Thank you for joining us for this celebration of the Mass. This virtual Mass is broadcast to hundreds of people every day of the week. You know, over 100 years ago, the very first celebrations of the Mass took place on the second floor of the Glenview Public House. It's been inconceivable that 100 years later, we would be reaching so many people all over the world through this technology. If you'd like to support the ongoing broadcasts of OLPH's Masses, please go to our website, go to Give Central, and you'd be able to support the ongoing outreach of this virtual ministry. Thank you for your support. Most of all, thank you for joining us in prayer. God bless you.